You are listening to the Putting Heads on Beds podcast, episode 7.
Welcome to the Putting Heads on Beds podcast, where through education, inspiration, and motivation, we help you to boost bookings and transform your business. And now, your host, Stephanie Thomas.
Hello everyone, it's Stephanie here and welcome back to another episode of my Putting Heads on Beds podcast. Earlier this week, I was working with a new B&B owner. Let's call her Jane. And Jane has only been in the business for a couple of months and she found herself in a real predicament. Jane knows that she needs to invest in marketing in order to attract more guests. But the problem is she doesn't currently have enough guests to bring in the money she needs for that. Without marketing, Jane has no guests, but without guests, Jane has no money for marketing. And so she's found herself in a real vicious circle. And obviously I could really empathise with Jane because I know from personal experience that when you first start an accommodation business, things are really tight. But in all honesty, it's not only tight at the beginning. When you run an accommodation business, it always seems that there's always something else to pay for. But you do need to invest in marketing if you want to grow your business. However, as I shared with Jane, not every marketing activity actually needs to cost you money. And there are lots of different ways of marketing your business for free. So I spent a couple of hours with Jane putting a plan of action in place for her to maximise all the different free marketing tools and strategies and activities that she can do. And I know that Jane isn't alone in this predicament. And so I thought this week I'd just share some of those free marketing tools and strategies with you. Now these things won't cost you a penny. All they are going to cost you is some time and creativity. Every tool and strategy that I'm going to share with you today plays a key role in your sales funnel. So if you haven't checked out podcast episode 3, then I seriously recommend you go back and listen to that episode once more, once you've finished here, because in there I share the time-tested model to increase in bookings. What I share in episode 3 will really help you to understand in more depth the essential role that all the marketing tools and strategies that I'm about to share have in helping you to build a thriving business. So please, as I say, if you haven't listened in, or if you listened into the episode but you didn't really digest and understand it, then please go back and check it out. I'll put a link to it in the show notes, but the one thing I seriously recommend is if you have not put in place a sales funnel within your business yet, that you find the time to do that as soon as you can. So in the meantime, let's dive into some ways that you can market your business for free. The first free marketing tool that I want to talk to you about is your blog. Your blog is the central axis for all of your marketing campaigns, and all your online marketing activities should be pointing people towards your blog. And this means that it's vital that you keep adding new, quality and well-written content to this site. But one question I am asked again and again by business owners is, but how on earth am I meant to find time to do this, to do a blog on top of everything else? What I suggest you do is that you keep a written list of post ideas. Now, this list could be just in a notebook that you carry around with you, or you could create an online list. Personally, a tool that I use for keeping a track of all my tasks and all my goals is a tool called Asana. It is an amazing tool that I really would be lost without. It's completely free of charge and I'll put a link to it in the show notes. With Asana, I'm able to access it from my mobile phone. So whenever I come up with an idea or a bit of inspiration, I can add that to my blog list. But whether you use online or offline, what you need to do is just keep an ongoing list of ideas. Because when you need to write your next blog article, it means you won't sit there thinking, well, what on earth can I write about today? You'll simply be able to refer to your list. And don't forget, whenever an idea strikes you or you get a bit of inspiration, simply add that to your blog list. Now, your blogs don't have to be long. To be honest with you, it's better that they're a bit shorter and snappier, but planning a good, engaging blog filled with content that interests your perfect guests is a great way to drive up bookings. Where you can, what I do recommend is that you organise your writing into bullet points or lists, because this makes the whole process a lot simpler and a lot quicker than trying to write great long paragraphs. Blogs like this are also easy and quick for readers to digest and take in. Now, one key thing that I want to share with you here, now please listen because this is really important. Your blog must be embedded in your website in order to help drive traffic to your website and in order to help improve your search engine rankings. Don't use a third-party blog site like blogger.com or Blogspot, anything like that. You must have your blog as part of your website. And then also, whatever you do, don't forget that all-important task of sharing your blog via social media. This is where regular sharing or short posts or tweets would encourage traffic to your blog and to your website. Your blog is a chance for you to build those all-important relationships, and it allows you to show off your establishment, to promote upcoming events, competitions, to share your videos, everything that you can do to encourage your ideal guest to book with you. So if you don't have a blog in place, that's number one on your checklist. The next free marketing tool that I want to share with you is videos. Now, if you've been listening into the Putting Heads on Beds podcast, you'll know how important videos are. They are so easy. You don't need to buy or hire fancy equipment. You can simply shoot amazing quality videos on your smartphone or tablet. And let's be honest, most of us have one of those nowadays. Videos are also original. You know, they're the one thing your competitors can't copy. Yeah, they can copy the wording on your website. They can copy your offers. They can copy your ideas. But they can't copy your videos. They are truly original to you. And they are really quick to make. Once you've got your idea, you can shoot your video in as little time as about 30 seconds. Okay, you might want to focus more on the production side of things and splice elements together and put a little background music. And if you want to do that, then yes, it will take a little longer. But at its heart, creating videos is a really quick and speedy process. But best of all, videos give you a chance to show what your establishment is all about. Whether it's giving a virtual tour of your rooms or filming guests giving reviews, you have the opportunity to give viewers a taste of exactly what your business has to offer. So if you're not already maximising videos, then I challenge you to start making videos for your business today. Share them on your website, post them on your blog, put them on all your different social media platforms, whether it's your Facebook business page or Twitter or Instagram. Videos will help you reach people far and wide and completely for free. Now, if you haven't already checked out episodes 1 and 4 of this podcast series, then I highly recommend you do, because I share even more great ways of using videos to boost your bookings. And my next podcast episode is going to be all about YouTube. So I will be diving even deeper in my next episode on how you can get bookings from YouTube, how you can maximize this fantastic free tool, and all of the different things that you need to do to really optimize your videos and to grab people's attention and to get more bookings. Okay, so the next free marketing tool I want to talk to you about is your email footer. We all send emails every single day, lots of them. But I bet you never thought that you could turn every single email into a mini marketing advertisement for your business. This is something I see overlooked time and time again. But if you create an email signature or an email footer that gives your business details, that includes your social media links, your website address, your contact number, you plant a seed in the minds of those people you connect with about what you do and provide them with more information about your business. But you don't stop there. You also need to include a testimonial or two in your email footer, as well as your key marketing message. You could even include details of an upcoming event, but remember, Make sure you keep your email signature fresh and updated if you do that. One of my pet hates is seeing email footers or even website pages that are detailing something that's already happened in the past. So please, whatever you do, if you include details of forthcoming events, make sure you keep it up to date. But you could very, very quickly today set up an email signature that includes all of that information that is automatically added to each new email or each email reply very, very quickly. If you're using Outlook as your email platform, for example, you just need to go into File and Options, and then you can create or modify your email signature. So you don't have to add it every single time you send an email. But please, this is such an easy thing to implement, but it is so powerful. If you don't have a standout email signature, make sure that that's on your checklist for today. The fourth way to market your business for free is to build your list. Building your email list or your database of guests and potential guests is an incredible free marketing tool that you can use to grow your business. Why? Well, when people sign up or opt in, whatever you want to call it, with their contact details, firstly, you know that they're interested in what you have to offer. And secondly, you can then ensure that they receive regular communications from you, whether that's your newsletter or your latest offer or details of forthcoming events, all with the aim of moving that person closer to making a booking. As I've shared before, though, a word of caution here. It is vital that people on your list have all signed up of their own free will. If you send emails to people who haven't opted in, then to be honest with you, basically you're a spammer. And not only will that compromise the integrity of you and your business, but it could land you in some legal trouble. But to be honest with you, not only that, if people haven't signed up, they probably aren't even going to be interested anyway. So just remember to make sure that those folks that are on your list are people who have decided to be on your list because they want to receive information from you. You know my mantra, please never ever buy a list. Just no, don't do it. Build your list from scratch. But I can hear you asking, well, how do I do that, Steph? How do I get people on my list? Well, as I've just shared, they will only sign up to your list if they're interested in what you have to offer and share. So you need to think carefully about what gets them interested. What could you tempt them with? What lead magnets could you create? You could put together a free resource, for example, maybe a guide to the local area. You could offer a discount off a 3-night stay. You could do a free eating out guide, produce maps of the local area, share free walking routes, anything that will attract the right people onto your list. Whatever it is, you need to provide your ideal guests with useful information, and in return, they will give you their email address. And once you've got that email address, then you can keep in touch and give them even more relevant information and encourage them to book. As I shared, please, if you haven't understood the sales funnel, check out episode 3 because all of this will all make sense when you do that. So your next free marketing tool is your newsletter. Once you've got a healthy list of interested and engaged potential guests and existing guests, the next step is to craft a beautiful newsletter that encourages them to book. So what can you include in that? Well, you can include articles and offers and videos and what's on tips, hidden gems, information on the local area, historical knowledge, really anything that entices your subscriber to read on. The key with your newsletter, and this is really important here, it must not constantly push for a booking. You need to engage your readers, not have them feeling that they've signed up to receive just, a salesperson in their inbox every week. I've been producing email newsletters now for probably about 14 years. Gosh, that goes by quick, doesn't it? And I have learned over those years that the secret to an effective newsletter really is the art of building a relationship with your existing and potential guests. I've been publishing newsletters myself, and I've helped numerous business owners to implement newsletters within their businesses. And it really, really is not about the selling. It is about the relationship. If you can secure an engaged and interested subscriber list and combine that with valuable content in your newsletter, I promise you will definitely see your bookings increase. I just want to stop here a moment and just talk to you about MailChimp, because it's one of the best tools that will help you to both build your list and to create your newsletter and future email campaigns. It offers free packages that can at least get you started, complete with handy guides and videos to walk you through. So I'm going to put a link to MailChimp in the show notes. I'll also be opening the doors to my newsletter course again. The plan is to run the next course in September. So if you're interested in that, it's an online course. It takes you through every element. You know how I work by now, step by step, holding your hand, and it will take you through every element of building a list, creating a newsletter, doing everything in MailChimp. So I do take you through that step by step. So I'll be sharing some information about that later in the year, but if you do want to be sort of kept in the loop, just drop me an email and I'll make sure that you know about the details of that. So free marketing tool number 6, social media. I've already briefly mentioned this one, and even though the platforms offer amazing paid for ad options, which you should be taking advantage of, do not underestimate the value of paid for advertising on social media. But a huge element of it is still free. And you need to maximize this marketing tool to really help you grow your business. Creating and sharing high quality content that targets your ideal guests will generate engagement. And the more engagement you can create, the more often your business will pop up on people's feeds. Whether you use Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever you're using, with every post you write, just keep in mind what your ideal guest would find interesting, engaging, useful, and important. While this could take time, to be honest with you, the more thought you put in, the better the results. When you move past attracting everyone and instead you focus on your target market, your ideal guests, I promise you, you will get more bookings. Always keep in mind that social media is a relationship building tool. If you can create meaningful connections with engaged potential guests, then those relationships will eventually turn into bookings. The key here is to remember people buy from people. It is all about the know, like, and trust. It is not difficult to create engaged content. Just think videos again, forthcoming events, great images of your area, photos of your establishment, recommendations of things to do, feedback from previous guests, really anything that will get your ideal guests seeing themselves staying in your accommodation and information that they will want to share with others. So really think about what is your social media strategy. Put it in place because you need to maximize this free tool if you want more bookings. So the next free marketing tool is PR. When it comes to public relations, the thing that I bet you're thinking about first is, it's all about the world of celebrities. Movie stars, musicians, all the famous people and their publicists doing sort of damage control after a risque story has been leaked, or just trying to get their clients in front of the limelight. Yes, it is undeniable that the world of PR and the world of celebrities are linked. However, this does not mean that you cannot maximize this amazing free tool. When it is executed effectively, PR is a great way to get free press coverage. Now, just a word here, PR is not the same as advertising in the press. You have to pay for advertising. PR is when you are featured in the media without having to pay for it. It's when you get publicity for free. PR can play an integral role in growing your business, building brand awareness, sharing your knowledge, attracting new prospects and guests to your business. It allows you to communicate with the public and boost your business profile. And this makes it an essential element of any business's marketing toolbox. And it's something that you should seriously be thinking about. But 21st century PR isn't about just pitching stories to the local press sporadically. It is about building and maintaining relationships with contacts to share your news on an ongoing basis. Think about getting in the media by making a bit of a wish list of where you'd like to be featured. Put yourself in the shoes of those ideal guests. Put together your list and then start following them on social media. Now, journalists are particularly active on Twitter. So if you are a Twitter user, this is really going to help you. So what you need to do is find the people and simply start connecting with them. Remember though, that there is a fine line between being passionate and actually harassing journalists and media connections. You need to think clearly and build a good relationship with them. Retweet any requests that they put out, answer their questions, or offer a unique opinion. When you start following these people, you will find that they are regularly asking for information. They will use social media to get their connections, to get opinions, to get feedback, to get stories. And if you keep in touch with them, you will be one of the first ones who's able to help them or to give that information. Once you follow them and you've gained an understanding of the sort of stuff that they put out, then contact them with what you've got, because the worst that can happen is they can say no. And if that happens, again, don't give up completely. Just leave it for a while and try again later. The media world is constantly changing. So a no today does not necessarily mean a no tomorrow. So my next free marketing tool, create a competition. This is another great way to market your business for free. And okay, maybe it's not completely free because there is a slight cost to it. And that's the prize that you offer. But the secret here is to create a prize that will attract your ideal guests. You want to make sure that those who enter your competition are the people most likely to book with you, and hopefully more than once. So it is really important that you make sure your prize attracts the right people and filters out all those who aren't a perfect fit. When I was a B&B owner, I'd regularly run a competition offering a free midweek break because it only attracted people who genuinely were interested in staying with me. Most of the people who saw my competitions really had absolutely no interest in winning that prize. It was only those people who were able to come away midweek, who wanted a break in my location, who were the right target market, who actually entered the competitions. And they were the people who, even if they didn't win, were probably quite likely to book with me because they were my ideal guests, as long as I then kept in touch with them after. So why run a competition? Well, that's exactly why. So you can keep in touch with people. Basically, a competition is just another lead magnet. It's another opt-in, because for someone to enter, they've got to give you their email address. And this allows you to build your list. And then when you've got that, as I say, you keep in touch with them. You send them your well-crafted and engaging newsletter. You share your email campaigns with them. You do direct mail promotions to them. You do everything you can to encourage them to book. Commit to a 2-week-long competition that contains lots of promotion. You have to treat this as a little mini project. Lots of promotion. You need to market it really well. You need to make sure you put the details on your website. You need to make sure you've got lots of social media posts going out. You need to promote it via your newsletter. And then you need to just put it everywhere you can. So there's another one for your checklist. Run a competition. My next free marketing tool, I think we're on number 9 here, is Google My Business. Now, sometimes if you search for something on Google, you get like a little map in the search results. Well, you can get on that map for your relevant search term, and it is completely free of charge. So you need to enter your business on Google My Business. You simply need to type that in, and it literally will take you no more than 10 minutes, and it can help to instantly propel you to the front page of Google. You can upload pictures that show what's unique about your business. You could even take people on a virtual tour if you're using video. And basically you can open your doors to guests before they even arrive. So if you haven't already added your business to Google My Business, that is an essential thing that you need to do as quickly as possible. Free marketing tool number 10 is awards. Entering for an industry award can be really easy. And for some, all you need to do is actually just write an application. The free PR that comes with winning an award is a huge bonus. Do not underestimate what this can do for you. National awards often have media partners such as maybe the national press, and they usually, because they're the sponsors, they'll usually give a page or two to the winners and finalists. That's getting your name out there nationally. And so if it's a national award, you can hope for a little bit of coverage in national papers. But to be honest with you, it'll be your local papers that are the ones who really pick you up, because they will watch the national papers to see what local people are doing. And you can really make the most of sponsors' websites too. Anybody who's sponsoring an award ceremony, they will all have a section dedicated to that. And they will put links to all the finalists from their website, which conveniently ups your SEO too. So when you enter an award and you're on all of the different websites of the sponsors or the award organisers, that's all links back to your website. But then you can also link to all the coverage that they're sharing from your own website, creating even more SEO opportunities. Okay, on a regional awards level, you don't expect much national media attention. But if you win and you get in touch with the local papers, they are usually so keen to feature the story somewhere among their pages, usually near the front. If you're successful, believe me, and I speak from personal experience, the local press will be really interested in speaking to you. And if you do get an award, whether you're just a finalist or whether you actually win that award, it is another accolade to put on your website and in all your promotional materials. It gives prospective guests great confidence in your business. And as any publicity you get works towards the award organiser's favour, do you know what? They also push their own media contacts on your behalf. So make sure you cooperate with the organisers. Make yourself a friend of their PR company and really maximise what you can get out of winning. And the fruits of media relationships last much longer than just the initial PR flourish. From my own personal experience, once I became award winning, that was when I started to get regularly asked to give comments or to act as a spokesperson on tourism matters or to share B&B insights with a variety of media outlets. It seriously took things to a different level. And just think, all of those mentions of your business name and your achievement really do add up. Every time we won an award, we always, without fail, saw a huge increase in inquiries afterwards. And also, the actual awards ceremony itself really opens up impressive networking opportunities too. After all, you've got the other finalists there, important business people there, lots of journalists all attending that awards ceremony, all there on one night. And of course, if you win, you splash that award logo everywhere. Across your website, in marketing material, every inquiry email response should have that award logo on there. Every piece of documentation should have award logos on there. This is your chance to shine. And so for the time and energy that it takes to apply for an award, and please, maybe I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go a little deeper into awards in a future episode, because you do not sit there waiting for them to be given to you. The one thing most people don't realise is you have to apply. You actually nominate yourself. So you need to make sure you know the timings of when awards are open for application. So that takes a little bit of time. You need to actually complete an application form. That takes a little bit of time. You need to send that form off, but it doesn't cost you a penny. And if you are shortlisted, if you become a finalist, there is a cost to go into the awards ceremony. Unfortunately, they don't invite you for free. But when you see the rewards that come from that, whether you are just a finalist or whether you are a winner, believe me, you get such a return on your investment. So that almost brings me to the end of this episode. Hopefully, I've helped you to see that even if resources are a little bit tight at the moment, there really is no excuse not to market your business. I've given you 10 great free marketing ideas today, and you just need to pop your thinking cap on and let your imagination run wild with the content that you can create and who you want to market to. But you know me, I don't like to stop there, and you've probably realised that I haven't even talked about this week's freebie. As you know, I always like to give even more value. I like to give you something else in addition to what I'm just sharing on this podcast. And so my freebie for you this week is another 50 smart strategies to help you to get more guests and increase bookings. So if you want to download that free guide, 50 smart strategies to more guests, you simply need to go to puttingheadsonbeds.com/007 download. So that's 50 more great ideas for growing your business. Marketing does not have to cost the earth. Yeah, don't get me wrong, there is a level of time commitment, but the 10 strategies that I've shared with you today are proven and effective. And the other 50 strategies I share in my freebie this week, they are also proven and effective. And all of them can help you to boost those bookings sooner. All of these things play a key role in your sales funnel. So the sooner you put them in place, the sooner you'll be focusing your energy on each stage. And the sooner you focus your energy on each stage of the sales funnel, the sooner you will start reaping the rewards. If you are serious about getting more bookings, then please be serious about putting these things in place. And not having a lot of money is no excuse to not do that. I've shared with you today, even if resources are tight, there is no excuse not to market your business. So that is us at the end of another episode. Thank you so much for joining me again. I really am honoured to have you listening in. Remember, as always, if you've got any questions, if you need clarification on anything that I've shared with you today, please head over to the private Facebook group. If you haven't already joined, then check it out at creatingbookingscommunity.com. I am there to help you. Other accommodation providers and B&B owners and innkeepers are there to help and support you. So please ask the questions. Maximise the opportunity of having my help and support. In the meantime, have a great couple of weeks. As I shared, my next podcast is going to be all around YouTube. I'm going to be sharing lots and lots of secrets and strategies on maximising this really great free social media platform. In the meantime, have a really good couple of weeks. I look forward to seeing you in the group, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Bye for now.
And that's a wrap for this week's show. Thanks for listening to the Putting Heads on Beds podcast. Make sure you visit us at creatingbookings.com.